Hi guys, how you doing? Little bit of disaster in paradise. The aim was to come out, turn the pump on, and water the garden. And I had plenty of time to do it. But the river's right down, so because I had to pick up on the higher support that I keep it on, it ran dry. So I had to go down in the river and move the head back into the water. And it's only about this much below the surface of the water before it'll start sucking air again. But the water's coming in now, so this is the time of the day that the water comes, that it comes in. But normally it's really a lot higher. But there's 1 minute we have all the rain, and now no rain. So anyway, I had to go down to the river. Have a look. So a bit of a drama. I don't know if you can see it from here, but I had to go all the way down there, get in the river. There's two props I use. One that's up from the river a little bit. That's what I used last time because the water was really high the last time I was down there. Well, now the water's really, really low. Right? So if you look, there's like a little V thing that the pipe's sitting in. Well, it's only like, you're talking about ½ inch. If the water goes down another ½ inch, I'll have to extend the pipe because it's not long enough. So about 3 years ago, I had to extend that pipe. But if it can hang on, then I won't have to extend it. Because right now, that's as long as and deep as I've ever had it. But this year, it looks like the water's right down. Anyway, I moved it to the lower one. You see the river's low. It's not usually that low. That means no water from the north. Oh, I think it's full. Just better let it run now. It'll change the tone in a minute. Here it goes. Hear it? Change the tune. Back in service. Whew. So I managed to get it back together and primed. I don't know. I couldn't go down my normal way because there's so many red ants, the weaver ants. So I went down the steep way, and that was not fun. Getting down was okay because you slid down. Coming back up was really hard. I'm on all fours and can barely hold myself from sliding back down. There's nothing to hold on to. Anyway, it's done now. It's still running. So I think Jan's busy. I haven't said this to you yet, but Jan's mom passed last Friday night. So Jan didn't want to talk about it. She's not here still. So Friday she passed. Saturday they start the funeral. Yesterday, today they're doing it again in the evening, and then tomorrow it's like a wake, 3 days of like a wake if you compare that to the West. And then tomorrow is the actual funeral, and then in the evening there'll be the cremation. So I haven't seen much of her for the last couple of weeks because she's been taking care of her mom, which is okay. Kind of nightmare though when you're here by yourself all the time for weeks. But it's okay, SHIT happens, right? So anyway, she's busy, but I don't even know if she'll talk about it now. But there's peace of mind for everybody, because even good for mom, because mom, she was, as you know, she had bladder cancer, and then I did an x-ray a couple days ago and they found it was in her lungs, so it got her. Anyway, change the subject. So the plan was to water and talk to you about some things, but that got blown up. But hot down there by the water, humid, and dancing around. You sink into your knees in the thick mud, and there's those weaver ants all over the place. This is my observation. One thing that really pops out to me is how close Asian families, particularly, I've been to a few Asian countries, but I've been in Thailand the most. And I see how the Thai people come together. Friends, family, you know, they all stick together and help each other. It's really cool to see. People come from all over the place. You know, they give money to help pay for the funeral. But it's interesting how they do it. You know, maybe Jan will explain it to you, but for culture purposes. But as Jan was saying, they have like 100 monks that come to the service in the afternoon or the early evening. I'm like, 100 monks? But she says this time, because of COVID, there's only going to be about 25. So, understand that. But anyway, they all come together and they help each other. You know, Jan's an only child, but her auntie's a mayor of the village next door, and she knows everybody. And they're, you know, a cousin comes to do this, and another cousin comes to do that, and the sister does this. They call everybody's a sister and brother, right? But they all come together and help. It's amazing. But beautiful to you know, to see how they help each other. I'm just standing here talking to you guys. Keep an eye on the sprinkler to make sure the pumps got water. And obviously, it picked up air and it stopped. So tomorrow I have to go back down there and extend that pipe so it will go deeper in the water. So it's, you can tell the water is really, really down. But I think if I put in like 2 feet, because it's at an angle, it'll go down about another foot or something. So if it'll go farther into the river and farther and then deeper as well. But I have to put a piece of metal or something next to it so nobody messes with it. You know, it don't get bashed or something. Never ending, huh? So what's been happening in your neck of the woods? Anything good? Here it's a little bit boring, stressful, but trying to keep on top of things. One thing for sure is, you know, here is about 3 rye. I think that's like 1.5 acres or something. Because of the heat, it's a little bit too much for one person. You know, a couple of years ago I could do it easy, but now it's like too much. Too hot, too many bugs. Anyway, on a cheerful note, tomorrow I'll extend that pipe. I think I might try to extend it from the top and just make sure the head's facing down, and prime the system again, and then I'll have to water in the morning. Okay guys, on that note, I'm going to sign off and say good night. It's getting dark. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness.